Hi, I'm Roselle, and welcome to me screaming into the void, mostly about books. So I wanted to use my library more, so I created some prompts for myself. And for August, I created the prompts reading based on a random number. So I got the number 40, and then I counted the shelves, and I was going to pick a book based on that shelf, and I picked Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. And this is about Clara, who is an artificial friend. So she's a kind of a robot. I kept trying to figure out how big she is in the book, if she's sort of the height of a person, or if she's like teeny tiny. It wasn't always clear in the book, and there were certain things that were happening which made me think, oh, they have to be sort of the height of the child, or they have to be smaller than the child. But so it goes. But she is an artificial friend, a robot with artificial intelligence. And they are adopted by children to be their friend. And what I liked about this book is that this book isn't about, is Clara a person or not? It has Clara agency or not? It's more about a term, anthropocentrism. Now, for those who do not know about anthropocentrism, which is a difficult word to say in English because I'm so used to talking about it in Norwegian, it is the worldview that puts humans in the center and everything else is seen in relationship to us humans. And especially with the idea that I, as a person, am allowed to rule over things. I can own land. I can own material. This is the library, so I don't own this one. But you know what I mean. Animals are viewed as valuable in the sense that they have value for us, are useful for us, either as food or as pets. And what the book very brilliantly does by putting us in sort of viewing everything from the view of Clara, who doesn't really care. She is created to serve. So, of course, everything she wants to do is serve this child that has adopted her and is clearly very sick. So she does whatever she can to help this child. And the child goes back and forth and sometimes loves Clara, sometimes hates her. And Clara doesn't understand. And that is sort of, that the book is more about this child. I was just trying to figure out if I caught Josie. So the child's name is Josie. So this is about Josie. And Josie is our main character, even if we're viewing the world from Clara, because it's her relationship to AI, to technology, but also the sort of the things that have vanished in her future. There are very few animals in existence in this world, which is our world just a few years into the future. And her sort of not really understanding what Clara is, because Clara is there to serve. But is Clara there to serve? Can she serve? So he does such a brilliant job sort of working around the topic of anthropocentrism by not really talking about anthropocentrism. This is a book that opens up for a lot of philosophical discussions around what is humans' position in regard to the rest of society. And we won the Nobel Prize, didn't it? Yeah. And he won the Nobel Prize. This is the first book he actually published after winning the Nobel Prize of Literature. And there is a reason why he won it. It's a brilliant book that opens up for a lot of reflections. And my second book that I read was going to be based on a book club. And I chose The Master and Margarita for this prompt. I have only seen like a sort of, I don't know if it's sort of half a book or whatever, but I was surprised the book was actually this thick when I borrowed it. So I have read Mikhail Bulgakov before, and this is sort of his magnum opus. This is sort of the book he's mostly known for. And Mikhail Bulgakov was a writer in the Soviet Union. He was under a special protection by either Lenin or Stalin. I can't really remember, but one of them. So unlike sort of other authors that fled the Soviet Union, he stayed and he was allowed to write, but he wasn't really allowed to write because all of his work was, of course, under highly censorship. And this idea of art being censored and you as an artist being censored is something that is very much present in all of the books that I have read of him, including this one. So this book is about the devil coming to the Soviet Union. Oh, the symbolism. It's so subtle. And a lot of things are happening with the devil and the people that he is talking to and the literary people that he comes in contact with. But at the center, in some sense, the center, you have a character who is an author called the Master, and his muse, in lack of a better term, his girlfriend, love interest, called Margarita. So the Master is very clearly a writer who is struggling with being able to write. He is declared insane by a lot of people, and he burns his manuscript. And that's a very famous quote. Books don't burn. So this book is very much about, among other things, about this master who is struggling to get his work out there, and Margarita, who is standing behind him and pushing him and saying, "Oh, I hope this will succeed. You cannot give up. Don't give up." Honestly, the only thing I was thinking about was, wow, Mikhail Bulgakov writes a lot of autobiographical things into his own works. Because I can't really see anyone else as being the master than him, because this themes of being under a sort of being an artist but not being allowed to publish what you want to publish is such a big theme in so many of his other works. But that's the two books I read for the Library Challenge. Have you read any of them? Do you agree with the master in being Mikhail Bulgakov? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you for listening to me screaming into the void.